This is my Connect amusement park, recently named Connect Dominion, and today I'm going to be building a Gerstlauer Euro-Fighter and a Skyflyer flat ride. Thanks to these people for the suggestions. If you want me to build something or name a ride in my park, feel free to let me know in the comments. Now let's get started. This is a Skyflyer, a tall spinning tower ride. I want to build a tall structure in my park, so that's why I chose to build it. I started building the Skyflyer with the seats. There are just some red connectors with a gray rod for the swinging part. I built 8 total. Then I built a swivel so that when it spins, the seats fly outward. I used a black clip and an end cap piece so the rod won't twist and make the seats misaligned. I again built 8 total. Ooh, there's a secret message there. Then I built the disc that all the swings will attach to. The red connectors are where they will eventually connect. The base is quite simple. It's literally just a motor inside some box supports. The orange connectors are where the tower will attach to. Speaking of the tower, let's build it. I simply made a ring of green connectors and put gray rods inside of it to make a cylinder. I then built up more, with the lowest and highest ones being a little bit different. Since the motor is at the bottom, I need to build a long rod to make the top spin. These sections here will connect together and form a long rod to spin the ride. I then started assembling everything. Enjoy this short time lapse. And now the ride is done. Depending on how all the other rides are scaled, I can easily make this ride taller or smaller with just adding in an extra section or two. Before I go over the coaster, there's an issue. I lost most of the footage of me building it. Well, I didn't lose it, but for some reason it won't work in my editing software. So most of the clips you will see next are from after the coaster is done. I started with building the brake run and station. Then, working backwards, I built up a turn into a small airtime hill. After that, I put on some tubing and ran the first test run of the coaster. Oh, and yeah, I'm using Screaming Serpent track. Seeing that the coaster had extra speed, I lowered the airtime hill as well. Quickly, I built up another small airtime hill and started to curve the track upwards into what's going to be something like this here. I then finished the element with some twisted track down. You may notice that I used some extra flexi rods inside the track. This is to help with smoothness. There's also some stiff gray rod spots where the track was really unsmooth. The next element I built was an overbank cutback thing. This was the first challenging element for me to build. Keep in mind this is only my second coaster with the Screaming Serpent track. The supports were challenging to build, but in the end I think they're pretty good. After the cutback, I built a loop. I'm going to try and explain how I built it, even without any of the footage I lost. I started with just making a long line of track using stiff gray rods instead of flexies. I then shaped a loop with temporary supports and then eventually made permanent ones. I used some bigger supports with more rods for extra strength, as the elements are now getting pretty big. I also wanted to mention that I'm trying to use as little pieces for the base as possible. Then I built a small bunny hill and a dive loop. Built the dive loop the same way as the loop, with a long piece of track and then shaping it how I wanted it, and then finally building in permanent supports. I may eventually build an extra support here just to get the shaping a little better.
So that's all that I'm going to be able to build for this coaster today, because I'm out of pieces and I don't have time to order more before this video goes live. I actually really like what I've done here so far. I think my favorite shot is this right here. I really like that, whatever that thing is. It's really cool. I really like this ride. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, I guess you should like the video so I can get more track. I'm already looking, so hopefully I can get some before the next episode, which should be like 2 weeks after this one.
So there you have it, the second episode of my Connects amusement park. Hopefully next episode I can finish the coaster and build 2 to 3 flat rides. I would have made more, but I ran out of time. Thanks for watching.